This is Aaron East of MMA UK, and I'm joined this afternoon by Reece McEwan of the Griphouse. Sorry, Reece is set for CW action once again, and Cage Warriors returns to Scotland on September the 7th for the absolutely stacked CW176 Glasgow card. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to speak with me again today, Reece, bro.
No, thank you very much for having me.
Anytime, my friend, anytime. And what a way to return! Back to the familiar sights and sounds of Glasgow. You got to be really hyped for this one.
Yeah, no, totally. I was just saying, I was speaking about the fight a couple of hours ago,
Mm.
and it's crazy, like, because the last time I fought in Scotland, minus April, it was 3 years ago in 2021, and obviously I had the majority of my fights up to that point in Scotland, and then I had back-to-back fights in Scotland. One was a closed-door event due to the pandemic, and then the next one was at a 300 capacity venue and a question centre. And then the next time you're you're fighting at a sold out Braehead Arena for the best promotion in Europe, and now I get to go and do that again. So it's funny how the last time I fought back to back in Scotland, the environment, the phase of my career, or the stage and the phase of my career compared to now, it's great to look back on, and it's great to be a part of.
Yeah, I mean, it must always be special for fighters such as yourself to travel abroad and that, but you can't beat the lights and sounds of home. Fighting at home must be even incredible feeling.
Yeah, it's more so like the status of the fight, obviously.
Yeah,
Like that adds to the memory of a fight, win, lose or draw. It adds an experience, and again, fighting in the Braehead Arena in Glasgow for Cage Warriors is it's something that if you said to me 3 years ago, this is what you're going to do, then I'd be like, oh, that sounds absolutely incredible. And then now I'm almost living that, but let's not kind of get caught up in all that. As amazing as it is, it's the main job and the priority in the forefront of my head is to get a winning next Saturday.
it's a great mindset to have, mate. Great mindset. And it's just over a week to go now, man. How are you feeling as your camp draws to an end?
I just ready to fight now. Genuinely ready to fight. Physically, mentally, preparation's been amazing. Obviously, I've still got some training to do, but at this point, I'm just maintaining what I've got and sharpening the tools, and I'm just ready to fight now. So feel brilliant.
That's good to hear, man. Good to hear. But as we were just speaking about, last in the famous yellow gloves back when CW made their long-awaited return to the dear green place back in April, despite a valiant effort on the night, and many would agree that it should have gone your way. But you narrowly lost by a split decision. I mean, I don't mean to depress you a little bit, but looking back on that night, what
No,
did you
not at
take?
all.
What did you take from your performance?
I took a lot from the performance, obviously. There's so many ways I can speak all day about it. There's so many ways to approach
Yeah,
to dissect that fight. Obviously, as you said, it's like it's not depressing. It's a part of the game, part of my career that I have to learn from. I have to move on from. You put that fight
yeah,
in the past, you learn from it. At the end of the day, even if I won, it was a split decision, and split decisions are always controversial, no matter what, because two judges thought one fighter won and the other judge thought something else, and then it's down to opinion. It doesn't matter. It should never be down to opinion. If you win, it should be unanimous and all judges,
yeah,
or you could break your opponent down to fight. And at the end of the day, like if I dissected the feedback that I got from my coaches and the analysis of that fight would have been the same regardless win or lose, and that's what we need to take away from it. Obviously,
mm,
with the losses, there's a lot of emotions that come from it.
yeah.
And yeah, it was a very difficult time, but difficult times help us grow. And I'm just a much better fighter from that. Like as I said, there's a silver lining in the loss, but the analysis was very accurate. And all I've done since that fight is I've went back with my coaches. We've looked at how we can improve, how we can close these fight margins, and the reason why I've lost these last two fights. And that's all I've been doing. That's all I've been focusing on since the 20th of April to make sure that mistakes aren't repeated, and that's all I can do as a fighter. I just need to learn from each fight performance, and let the losses and the wins fuel me for the next one.
Exactly. Always a lesson to be learned, especially in the fight game, bro. Completely agree with
Especially obviously off your wins, but especially off your losses because they really do put you in a low place. And And for me, like fighting and sport, it is literally it's my purpose. It's everything to me just now. And I think that's the way it's got to be when you're a fighter. You can't. It has to be everything, and you have to be around people that it's also their everything. You know, like their
Yeah,
fights are, and they take the losses as hard as you. And well, you know what coaches are like when you win. Coaches are like, no, it was all you. But when it's a loss, the coach takes a lot of responsibility. So it's a complete team effort, and that's what I've had in this fight camp. I've had great. My teams came together when I really needed them the most, and they've not stuck by me. Is not the term, but they stepped up to the plate when I've needed them. And yeah, it's time to right these wrongs next Saturday.
100%, man. And that last time back in Scotland, the night was a complete and utter success, and it's definitely made the fans want more. And with the September card announced shortly after, no doubt it just had to be that card for you.
Yeah, obviously, don't get me wrong. After the last fight, I was very eager to right the wrong straight away. But I've got very good people around me that told me to slow things down. And again, shout out to Cage Warriors in that sense because I had a lot of great messages from people behind the scenes, and like they gave me good guidance. But more importantly, like I'm glad that I had that gap between April to now because it let me address a lot of things that I felt needed addressed, and
Yeah,
it gave me a lot of development time. And this fight's came at a great time.
definitely. I mean, what's been your main focus since you've been away?
Just be a better MMA fighter, you know. Like if I like, I don't really want to go into too much in terms of like the technical improvements. I just want my performance next week to speak for itself, and then hopefully people can see that as opposed to me verbally talking about it because I could speak all I want or I could say that I've done all this and reality is it's actually kind of irrelevant unless you all see it. So the people in the gym have seen it. There's been coaches have noticed it, but I need to go and put that out there next Saturday, and that's like I said, that's at the forefront of my head, and that's why I feel so ready because I've done it in the gym. Now I need to go do it next week.
Yeah, actions speak louder than words, man. Completely agree with you. Looking ahead to Saturday, I mean, you're set to take on France's Miguel Hara, who will no doubt be looking to impress on his promotional debut. I mean, what do you make of Miguel as you set to face off next week?
He's an experienced guy. Again, there's a funny stat I think that was thrown about on Instagram a couple of weeks ago. Like, out of all my 10 opponents, 9 have all had more fights than me, and this is just another one, double amount of fights than me. So even as an amateur, I think when I had 8 amateur MMA fights, my MMA opponents had like 140 fights in all combat sports. Like I've always took pride in fighting a more experienced and almost a try to fight the best guys, and that's what I'm doing now. So 20 professional fights he's got. He's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. He's been around the game a long time. He's a veteran, and he's definitely coming to spoil the party. But so I look forward to fighting him, and I look forward to the challenge that he brings to me. And as always, there's mutual respect for any competitor that gets in there.
100% respectable, man, definitely. I mean, as you just said, you've had a huge impact since joining the roster back in 2022, taking on the very best the division has to offer. Even challenged for the bantamweight strap back at the tail end of last year. I mean,
Uh-huh.
do you see next week as your first step towards challenging for that strap once again?
Yeah, obviously, like the goal remains the same. Like when I signed to Cage Warriors, so it's always been my goal since I started like competing in MMA. I need to sign to Cage Warriors and win their belt. And there's going to be adversity that will hit me, which has hit me along the road in these last couple of fights. But my job is now to take it fight by fight, build, get myself back, and then work to get myself back in title contention. There's no doubt about it. Two, 3 wins, and or even an impressive performance. I wouldn't call for the title after an impressive performance, but I just want to remind everyone how good I am, and then get myself momentum and get back to fighting for that title and winning it.
And what a night it will definitely be to take that first step, man. I mean, it's certainly a card full of action with so many huge names and collisions on there. I mean, other than your inclusion on the night, are there any particular fighters or bouts that you're looking forward to witnessing at all?
Obviously, there's it's a card full of like Scottish fighters, which is amazing for Scottish MMA. And then I train with Rory Evans at Showmax Martial Arts, and he's got a really good fight with Keir Harvey in Scotland. So that's obviously going to be a great fight, and the card full of Scottish fighters. Like, I think for me, it's just obviously I'm focusing on myself, like,
Yeah.
but for me, like, it's just such the bigger picture for Scottish MMA. It's obviously so good that Cage Warriors are not just coming once and then they're coming consecutively, and then they're
Yeah.
investing. Well, this is probably not the right terminology, but they're investing in the market, giving people their debuts, giving experienced professionals the opportunity to have a fight on the show, and they've got a prize fighter, so they're investing in the market or in the country, so to speak. So that's great to see. But yeah, obviously Rory's a teammate of mine, and I'm excited to fight alongside him like I did last year in Cardiff. So that was really good. And last time there was loads of crazy fights, and I'm sure there's going to be loads of great fights this time too.
Yeah, definitely couldn't agree more. And that crowd as well, that's definitely one to look forward to as well. They definitely knew out there from what I saw last time.
Yeah, the crowd were electric last time, and again, it leaves a better taste in my mouth, like, because of all the videos and all the comments that I got regarding the atmosphere and the support. Again, over 3,000 people there supporting everyone, and the crowd were absolutely phenomenal. But I'm not going to lie, it does leave a better taste in my mouth that I never got that celebration and I never got that win, because the loss just kind of oversees all of that. Because I'm there to win, I'm there to fight. I don't care if it's 0 people or like 3,000 people. Obviously you feed off the crowd's energy, but I want to go in there, I want to go and win, and when I don't do that, everything else almost becomes like, yeah, like an amazing memory, but it has got it definitely has dampened, whatever word it definitely ruins it a little bit. But yeah, obviously huge shout out to the support for continuing to support me through this, and um, yeah, I just want to fight now next week and get that win.
Yeah, man, I wish you all the best with that, brother. I mean, it's been an absolute pleasure speaking with you today, bro. Wish you all the best, as I just said, for your preparations, and I'll definitely be looking forward to catching you out there once again, bro.
No, thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate your time, and anyone listening. It's hugely appreciated. And anyone coming to the show, obviously. Major thank you, because the tickets aren't cheap, and it is expensive. So thank you for that. And anyone that's watching, just big shout out to all the supporters.
Nice, man. You enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll definitely look forward to catching you next week.
Thanks so much, mate. Thank you. Have a great night. All right.
You too. Take care, buddy. Bye bye.
Bye.